6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Here, you'll only find real news, not the fake news like those fake channels.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody has a wonderful day today. Good old July the 11th. We got Jennifer in here, B Charming, TH2, Bubble Bibble, Vester. How's it doing, Vester? WTH. I think WTH is the first one in here every morning. Which is good, which is good. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hey, Shadow Scout, how you doing today? Good to see you. Hello to the folks over on Twitter. Good to see you as well. We got some doozies today. You know, I've been following the bird flu and everything, but we've got some major stuff forming in the bird flu. So, oh, did you? Uh-oh. You'll have to tell me who this is. Hey, Vanning with Ada. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in quite a while. Good to see you. Yeah, this bird flu thing is, I think it's starting to get out of hand, to where we may be starting to worry about it. And again, I'm not worried about the actual flu. I'm more worried about man's involvement in it. Thank you so much, Shadow. I appreciate it. But before we get started on that, I just thought this was a good little interview. I'm sure people's already seen it and whatnot, but we'll go ahead and pop it up here. You're supposed to be over here. Well, something like that. Let's go ahead and play it.
You do some tweets that seem to be conspiracy theories.
Some of these conspiracy theories have turned out to be true. The Hunter Biden laptop, Twitter and others engaged in active suppression of information that was relevant to the public.
You tweeted this thing about George Soros. He said he wants to erode the very fabric of civilization, and Soros hates humanity.
Yeah, I think that's true. That's my opinion.
But why share it?
Freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say what I want.
You absolutely are, but I'm trying to understand why you do, because you have to know it's got the partisan divide in the country. It makes you a lightning rod for criticism.
There's a scene in The Princess Bride. He confronts the person who killed his father, and he says, offer me money, offer me power. I don't care. I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
You do some tweets.
Yep, he's put a lot out there. I mean, most people that would have bought that Twitter and found out all the stuff that was going on, a lot of people would have used that to their advantage. Because you have the government basically by the gonads. But he didn't. He just released all that stuff. And again, we're at that time that people hear all this underhanded stuff that's going on, and yeah, all this underhanded stuff that's going on with the government, but nobody seems to care much. There's a handful that do, but the majority is still like, what can I do type thing. Yeah. And this here story just came in late last night. Dang it, it's still doing that. Let's try this. Okay. That'll work. U.S. House panel subpoenas some Biden aides over his mental fitness. Basically, they're trying to get proof that he's unable to be president. Now, I for one think that if Biden stays in the race, there's a bigger chance of Trump winning than somebody else coming in. But I still don't see anybody that will run against Trump, just because the Democrats have messed so much up in these 4 years. 15 million immigrants, not to mention them trying to get them to be able to vote. And if people don't see that, I don't know, is it something in the water that some people get that just don't care about that kind of stuff? But I don't know. Now, say these aides say that he's gone. His mental capacity is completely gone. Whatever. Who's up? We got Harris. So that means that she will take over, because she's the upcoming next one up. So I see no reason why she would win over Trump. But the fact is, she would be running the country for a few months, and that either one of them, it's scary. Some of the stuff that's going on, it's scary. And here we'll go ahead and play.
The northern military trying to get the Apaches back in the reservation, and they're relying like hell on them, and they're all sitting on them.
Now, look at this face, and she has to set up here when he's going off into his one of his rants that he goes into that makes no sense. You can see it in her face, like, please shut up. You're ruining my presidency.
Bluff. And
see that face? It's like, not again.
John Wayne was sitting with two Indian, they were Apaches, and one of them looked at John Wayne and said, "These guys are nothing but lying, dog-faced pony soldiers."
Yeah, you can see it in her face. I mean, there's no way around that one. Hello, Chris, and we got Pat come in here, and Roberta Artistic Adventures. There we go. I'll get it. I'll get it. Yeah. Now let's go ahead and get to the nitty gritty of the news today. Here we go. It's dang it, stop clicking back over there. There, that'll work. Yeah, bird flu response in Michigan sparks, the C word, worry on farms. There's actual, blocking off of areas now that they're quarantine areas now within, and this is yesterday that this went on. Some dairy farmers are resisting Michigan's nation-leading efforts to stop the spread of bird flu for fear their income will suffer from added cost and hurt rural America. The government restrictions, which include tracking who comes and goes from farms and rekindling unwanted memories of, the 2020 thing, in Martin and small towns in central Michigan. It goes on to say more about they're going to start putting more restrictions on these farmers, quarantine areas, the stuff on the face again, and goggles this time, because evidently, it can get in your eyes and whatnot. So can you imagine, how it was during the sickness thing in 2020-ish? Imagine if we had to wear goggles too, on top of the mask. Woo. That's some freaky stuff there. And yeah. Well, you got a good point too. That is a thing. Eggs and chicken have gone up already. This year alone, the price of eggs, I mean, it doesn't sound much. It's only 12%. But that 12% adds up over the years since Potato Head's been in office. And then you have egg prices. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. And there's also, a multiple summits right now on bird flu. How the bird flu is, they need to stop it now, all this whatnot. Bird flu, how U.S. states are testing cattle and humans for the virus. Now, right now, for humans, it's voluntary unless you work at these places. If you work at these places, dairy farms, you're going to, it's a mandatory test. They're wanting to start doing, the drive up test things again, for those in these areas. So they're ramping up again. You can see it. And again, one person has died, so to speak, from the bird flu. So they say, but it's fishiness. And when I say fishiness, it's um, he had other issues. He had high blood pressure. He was diabetic and a few other things that he had elements that contributed to this. Now, if he was healthy, he would have probably been 3-4 days of sickness and been fine. But again, this guy was not a healthy person. So they labeled it, bird flu, the first person in the United States to die from the bird flu. Again, I'm not afraid of this bird flu because there's people that's had it and nothing's happened to them. It's a cold, a flu, and they're done. But we have the government involved in this. The CDC's getting involved. The WHO is getting involved. All these places are getting involved, and now we're having these colleges having summits where they're talking, and there's one going on in New York, I think this week. So is this what are we going to have to start getting ready for this crap again? I don't think people will go so easy this time. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us were worried at the beginning because we kind of believed what was going on until we realized, wow, they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes and scare people and whatnot. It didn't take much of us very long. Hey there, Crazy.
Good morning. Sorry, I was a couple minutes late.
That's okay. Yeah, and like I said, they're already talking about voluntary, testing. They want to start getting tests across the country and stuff. Sorry.
We were already
And-
outside this morning. Allergies.
Yeah, it was muggy after the storm and stuff came through yesterday.
Yeah.
It got muggy.
It kind of cooled, like the mugginess went away for us, but then the wind was like nuts last night.
Oh, yeah, after the wind died down, that's when our mugginess got there.
Lake and Bigfoot make it out okay? Because I know that they got hammered by rain and all that.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, we had rain this morning because the ground's wet. Hi. Good. First time being outside. today.
Okay. And here we go. And again, I'm not saying, you should be worried about the flu itself.
Mhm.
It's more the man's involvement in it. And when I say man, it's the elite people that's trying to control stuff. Bird flu strains where are they spreading around the globe? And there's a list, from Australia to Mexico, whatever, and it's all H5 and then whatever number they want to put to it, that is being linked to this. So if it's if the strands are close to the H5, then they're being put in that category. So chickens, they get the poopy butt. I don't know what, there's a technical name for it, but when
Mhm.
you first get the chicks, you have to wipe their butts sometimes because there's chicken people out there that they know what it's called. But you can catch stuff. The chickens can catch stuff from that.
Yep.
And they're saying this is also part of this bird flu strain. So any little thing they're gonna add to it. So yeah.
And for anybody that's getting chickens too, or starting up,
Yeah.
want to start up
Pasty
something,
butt.
they're gonna
Yeah.
pick and fry, pasty butt. They're gonna
Yeah.
pick and fry at everybody and everything, you know.
Yeah, and like I said, Hoo is involved, and Biden's little crew over there. Anything Hoo says, he's signing off on. So
Yep.
yeah, so yeah, and it's saying it's going to mutate more easily and spread person to person, which could spark the next pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is something to watch. I'm not telling everybody you need to start buying masks and hand sanitizer and stuff like that.
I'm sure we all have tons on hand anyway, you know.
Yeah, it's more pay attention what these officials are doing, because
Yes.
I'm more worried about them than the bird flu. How many years have we heard about the bird flu, and how many years did we get past the bird flu? Now why is it such a big thing? Especially now,
Right.
we're in July. We don't have many months left, so you got to get that fear.
Good morning, everybody in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fear they try to. I don't know if we can say the other word like we use with food, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fear tactics, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, the cry wolf story and everything, and it's what happens when there is a real bad thing that's coming, and we're gonna be like, oh, it's just another government thing to scare us and whatnot, and then it's too late,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be the big issue right there.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason why they call it a bird flu, is because it's just basically for the birds. Yeah, we can catch pretty much anything as humans, but if it's a flu or a sickness that runs through the animals, then everybody wash their hands. That's all, you know?
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah, and
And
that's it. That's it too.
if Trump's doesn't, oh no, bird flu, get all shook up and say we got to do something about it, and oh, he's bad for the country, and yeah. But anyways, this is where they want our country going. You can already see it in California, of course, Sacramento City.
Yep.
Attorney threatens Target with criminal charges if they continue to call police for theft. Somebody stealing from the store, they can't call the police, or they get in trouble. So they're okaying it for people to go in and steal.
That is so absurd. They're trying to protect their company and showing people that they're doing wrong.
I mean, it's a. I mean, you could say this is karma, with Target, but I don't like the fact that criminals get away with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the way things are going, it's getting harder for people to feed their families.
Yep.
And everybody sees this and like, well, I'm not going to get in trouble. Why don't I just go, and grab me a few things and I can sell it, or I can feed my family or something.
Right.
They're not going to get in trouble because Target's not going to call, because if Target calls, they go to jail. And on top of this, grocery stores and department stores like this are getting in trouble if they close down. They actually have to get another store to sign a contract to go into that place and set up before they can leave. Yeah, and it's, you either you stay there and lose money from people stealing and whatnot.
That's what they want,
and you don't have no choice to get out of it. And that's the law that they're passing in California. So now you can't call the cops on somebody that's stealing.
You know what? Then you know what I would do if I had that Target and trouble with the cops like that? I would call and hire a security team to be there.
You can't.
Their own people.
Yeah, criminals are protected too much in that state. So if you try to stop them, you get sued. The company gets sued, so you lose more money. That's why they just let them go, because they can't stop them. But there are people that are stopping these people, and they're called good citizens.
Right. Citizens arrest. Is that still legal there?
Well, it's you can't arrest somebody, but you can take the stuff so that they don't steal it.
Detain them or corner them and say, "Hey, give me that." Yeah, give me that back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's just not right. We need to get people out like that out of California seats too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just not right.
Now, I was watching this, and I wasn't gonna put it. I was gonna show everybody, but I was like, these are foreign women. They're from another country and whatnot. And well, here I'll just play it, and then we can talk about it.
Where are you from?
Poland.
If I wanted to take you on a first date, what's the most I should spend on it?
It's never mind. I can go to McDonald's. Like, I can go for a walk. You can spend $0.
Right.
It's about, again, respect, communication, the way how you treat me, and just if you are nice and put actually an effort to invite me somewhere, not me invite you.
So if we had chemistry and I said, hey, let's just hang out and go to the park together, you're fine with that?
Yes, 100%.
Yes. Well, why not $400 first date at Nobu or Gecko?
Because it doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. I don't want to see your money. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see you. If you talk with me, like with respect, and you're interesting, like about me, myself, like, then that's fine. I don't need your money. I am not like that. Like, I'm cool with just walking with that person. I'm just sitting somewhere and just talk. I prefer to talk.
So it's about, I will add, rich heart, no rich wallet.
There's still some good people in the world, huh?
Well, these are women. They're from Poland.
Yeah.
Their values are totally different than the ones we have here. I'm not saying everybody,
No.
Their age, the younger women nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh, if you ask somebody, their age that are in this, Gen Z-ish area, they would say, "Oh, I'm so important. You need to spend at least 5,000 or 10,000 on dinner and buy me a gift and all this other stuff before you go out on a date with me.
Better pay for my nails to be did and my hair did before we go out and buy my outfit. Yeah, no, that's
that is a major difference right there.
They're still
like, I'll just go on a walk with me.
They still have good values and morals, respect for each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most definitely.
And you remember the show Alf?
Alf, ALF, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The alien thing.
Benji Gregory, who played Brian Tanner.
Okay.
He died.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'll put it this way. One News just puts, he died June 13th.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just now coming out because of some of the stuff involved in it. Now, they're saying the cause of death is pending, but if you go to actual sources, from like his sister and whatnot, he was in Phoenix, and he pulled into this bank parking lot and fell asleep and died from apparent heat stroke, because it gets hot in Phoenix.
Yeah,
so
it does.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the difference between different news sources. And I just found out that a majority of the news companies, these websites that just post the news and don't go out and do actual with reporting and whatnot with the microphone and whatnot. Most of them are generated by AI. Most of these, the apps that you use for news, it's all AI generated. And that's where you get different things about same news stories, but they'll leave out stuff and they'll add things, because it's all AI. What it does, it goes out into the internet, this AI, and grabs news articles, and it writes the whole web page and everything. But they do have problems with this AI because it changes things sometimes. So be wary of what apps and things are you using, because it's AI generated. There's like nobody going out and getting the stories. They're just, AI goes out and gets the stories and posts them on the website itself. So there's no human involved in it in a lot of the cases. But I think we should play something cute. Gotta have something good in the mix here.
I put something in private too.
Okay.
After you play that.
Let's do this.
Oh, puppy.
Now this dog, you probably seen this dog and this girl before. She gets, chicken and Happy Meals and all kinds of different things to see if the dog eats the food while she goes upstairs and does something. But I'll go ahead and play it here. Now you can see this dog has a heck of a time with this. So
for dinner, I have a steak
Oh man.
I'm gonna go upstairs. You guys are gonna watch Grayson. You guys know the drill. Grayson, so help me God, if you eat this, I'm gonna be really, really sad and upset because this is my favorite. So make sure he doesn't eat it for me. Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah, right. You see the first reaction, he was already licking his chomps.
Yeah.
He's like, oh boy. He's like, where's she going? Where's she going? I see her.
He doesn't want to look at it.
Yeah.
If I look at it, I want to eat it, but I can smell it. This is some good willpower.
That's not really that mean. That's well trained. Like he listens.
Oh,
I'm sure he's got a good treat when he's good. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She'll probably give him the whole steak. That's what I would do. Would be like, here you go. Have some for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That looks like that steak's cooked pretty good too.
Yeah, once he puts his eyes on that, he has trouble. Ooh.
Like, oh, I hear noises.
Oh, she's coming.
Oh gosh. Okay, good. It's still here. Hopefully you didn't lick it. Okay. I think he deserves a piece for this one because this, I think, the smell was killing him. So.
Oh yeah, he's like, yep, that's good.
I'll give you whatever I don't eat, which I don't think will be much, but okay. Thanks, guys.
That's so cute.
Oh man. Oh, cats. I don't know. If I put my food down in front of a cat,
mine used to eat mine.
Most of them won't touch my food unless it stays there for a long period of time. Then they couldn't help themselves. But
right.
Usually, like I'll sit down and have the plate right next to me, and the cats will sit there, and I'll get up and get a drink or something, or go do something.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll sit there and watch that plate, but they won't mess with it. But I thought that was a cute little video. He had a heck of a time with that. He got more willpower than I do because, that steak looked really good.
Yeah, she cooked that pretty good. A little bit of sour cream and dip it in, and yum.
Yeah, I agree. But she does, she does actually give them portions of it, like the chicken. Like she gave them a good bit of the chicken and stuff like that.
Yeah, like she said, she probably won't eat much, but the rest will be all his.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. My dog would have had that out of my hand before I even got to get up and leave the room.
As soon as you placed it on the table.
Oh yeah, plate and all would be on the floor.
Is there more?
Yeah, looking at me, licking chomps, drooling. You got any more? Don't forget about
now. I want you to look at somebody, and because this is, and I'll probably have to mute it, but I see this kid becoming not maybe 4 years or something, but down the road of becoming one of our major presidents. Oh, yep, I gotta mute it. It's Byron. Now, Byron? Yeah.
Yep.
Now, what do you guys think? Do you think he's, and I'm not saying anything bad about his kids now. The two boys that I'll put, they're more of yes dad, instead of, there's a big difference in the two.
Yep.
From
He-
the
that
two
one-
boys and from him. But I see him as, future president material.
Oh, he's super smart too.
Yeah. And
He can speak many languages. Learned on his own with most of them. They were saying
Yeah.
2 languages he learned on his own, besides English and his mom's. But he's the first boy to be in the White House since the Kennedys for children. So it's been a long span. So that means something.
yeah, I agree with that one. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, but I really do see he's almost like a Kennedy type,
Mhm.
Kennedy's son and everything. He was poised, even though he said he didn't want it, but he was poised. He could have ran for
Mhm.
president and probably would have won against,
Right.
certain people, but something happened to him. And yeah,
Wasn't that
I
a-
really see him coming up.
Mhm.
And he's been in the he got more just enough cheers than his dad. And that's what I was talking about, the with his other 2 kids, Junior and I forget the other one's name. But you see those 2 and it's like, they get, a little clap here and here, but they cheer for
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big difference in it.
What life? Pretty fluent in English, Georgian, redneck, and if I drink, I can speak some Alabama.
Oh yeah, Eric. Yeah, that's who it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Don Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, it's something about that. I'm not like I'm saying. I'm not saying anything bad against them or anything, but yeah. Baron's more, more likable. I don't know if it's just because he's a kid or what, and that could change. A lot of things coming up. And here we go. Go ahead and play Poor Little Birds.
I'll be right back to while you play that.
There's a smart bird right here, but his friend isn't so smart. So he has to push his friend under there. Like, there you go. Like, wait a minute. Hey, get under here. Oh. It's or you could say that's Joe Biden and Joe Biden. Joe has, I have to go get him again. Hold on. Okay, what was this? Oh, yeah, and I'll probably get in trouble for this one, but it's worth it. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Here we go. I thought this was funny because everybody knows. I'm sure everybody knows. If you don't know, George Clooney has pulled his support from Biden, so it's a no for him. He said, "Yeah," and we'll go ahead and play this here. Let me go ahead and put it full screen since.
Look, if you resign right now, we'll take you out for ice cream.
Chocolate chips?
Chocolate chips.
Sorry, I had to.
I come back out from getting my coffee and I'm looking at Batman.
Yeah, I'll probably. And if you didn't know, George Clooney played Batman in that one. So,
Oh, here's another one. They were talking about him this morning. He's a full supporter of him.
No, he pulled out. He's not
He
supporting
did pull
him.
out?
Yeah.
Oh, they were talking about how much he raised for Biden to be in.
Oh yeah, he did, but not anymore.
No, he backed out. That's what they were talking about. They were just probably talking about how much, because I woke up to it on how much he had donated or raised for Biden to be in to stay.
Yeah, there's like a ton of these on Twitter where they're.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he said he
one?
pulled out support for Biden yesterday.
Okay. I woke up like halfway through the news this morning, so I probably only heard half the segment.
Yeah. And again, like I said earlier today, earlier in the report, that there's Republican House people or Senate people, I don't know which one it is. Julia Roberts is another one, so we'll have to see with her.
Well, she's in that movie that Obama made, Leave the World Behind. So there you go. Him, her, Ethan Hawke.
Well, no, she actually, you went out and
no, I know, but like
the thing is, they knew this is nothing like, this is nothing like, it just started happening last week when he did this has been going on, so they know how he is, and they still supported him until this last week when everybody starts jumping ship all of a sudden, trying to save what face they do have left.
Because they were the ones that listened to like Big Brother thing. Like, we're gonna tell you he's okay, and you're gonna believe it.
Yeah, well, everybody knows he's not.
It was even when he was running 4 years ago. Everybody knew, Yeah. I don't know.
And the Daily Show, they had a bunch of people on, and they thought they were going to get the results that they wanted, and there were majority was black people in this group, so they were asking them, who are you going to be voting for and whatnot, and they were wanting it to go one way, and they're like, everybody, the majority of them said they're voting for Trump, and they're like, whoops, we messed up here.
People aren't gonna hold back.
Yeah, it didn't quite go the way they intended.
Because nowadays you could put, say if they said, okay, we'll give you guys all like $1,000 each if you talk, agree with us for the news segment. But then you got people that will be like, oh yeah, sure, we'll do it. But then when they get up there, they're like, oh heck no, we're gonna tell the truth.
Yeah,
it's only $1,000. We'll be okay without it. We want everything else to change. They rather see the change than take that money.
Let's this over here. There we go. I thought this was a funny little thing. And this is kind of, the day and time we're living. Let me rewind it a little bit. There we go.
Who is it? Oh, hi, Dalton. It's me. Oh, hi, Grandma. Hi. Let me in? No, I can't. I'm playing Rocket League. I just started a game. Well, pause it and let me in. I can't pause it. It's a online ranked game. Well, tell your dad to open the door. Hey, Dad. Grandma's in the backyard. Open the door for her.
That's horrible.
He's pooping.
He's pooping.
Well, I'm not waiting. You could always come back later. Forget it. I'm out of here. You guys are crazy. Bye. Love you.
That's ridiculous. My child would have been pulled up by his ear. You drop that game and you go let your grandmother in. Oh my. The way kids
Look
are.
I can't. I'm playing a ranked game.
Yeah. And Dad can't get it. He's pooping.
Oh
my.
boy. That's where we're at though.
That needs to change. The parents need to change because that's obviously the parents.
Yeah.
I wanted to add in real quick about the theft thing going on in Target. Some towns, if you call up a police station and say, hey, I got a couple of kids and I need some food, they'll go get you food.
Oh yeah.
Some towns will. So
yeah,
this thefting thing, and then it also lets the community know that if a community member needs help, and the outreach would be amazing if they actually just did it the right way.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there are towns that get so caught up with the rules and everything that they end up not helping anybody because of the rules.
Yep.
Like here, there used to be multiple churches that had food banks.
Oh, that's horrible. There's nothing anymore.
And then, you know, there was this one guy that did it upon himself. He's, you know, he's pretty up there in money and everything, but he still put an effort in to help.
Yeah.
He went out and got the food and got the donations from other churches and whatnot. And then, you know, I mean, there were hundreds of people in line for this food bank. And it was on Thursdays, and everybody here knew not to go to that end of town because it was a traffic jam.
Right.
So they ended up saying, well, we can't do this because, you know, it's a health hazard, this, and, you know, we can't control the traffic, and, you know, the old people are out there waiting all this time, and they done away with him helping.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
They couldn't help them find another location or something. That would have been awesome if they did that, but of course not.
Yeah. And he went and bought a business that was closed down just to give out the food.
Wow.
And yeah, so he ended up, you know, losing that money that was in the building, so to speak. But yeah.
Well, even the city over here that I moved away from, it's a small city, but even if you were in Boston too, if you called the Boston Police Department and say, hey, my kids are out of diapers and food and I'm struggling, having a hard time, they would have people lined up to help you. They would get you stuff to help make sure you were overnight okay, you know?
Yeah.
It's just some of the, you know, like you said, some of the officials, they still stick by the rules and don't want to help their own people. They rather help other people that are coming across the borders that aren't legally to be here. Because it's lining their pocket. Yeah.
There's so many, you know, feed the children. The idea is good.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. There, you know,
what is it called? UNICEF?
It's sad when the kids are starving and whatnot. But
Yeah.
the fact that the majority of that money that gets donated doesn't go for the kids. It goes to pay for commercials.
Yep.
The people who work there get paid. It's, you know, the CEOs and all that, that's their job to get people to donate and stuff, and they get paid for it. They get paid from that money. So it's like 12% actually goes to feeding them kids. And that's wrong. That's why I always check into these companies like or these charities and especially veterans and stuff like that. There's so many of them. Even though they get people to like celebrities to endorse them, they're still CEOs of that company, still getting paid to do that job. And
And see,
I think that should be a charity thing that you volunteer for that position.
Yep.
Go have your job Monday through Friday, and then afterwards, you know, do your volunteering.
Volunteering, yeah. You see what Jennifer said? She's not even in our country, and she even knows about Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
She said there's a huge organization in Pennsylvania that gets huge amount of foods and drinks from U.S. companies, and they ship it to either countries instead of giving out to America that all they need. Yep, see? That's what they do.
Yeah.
And that's not right. That's for us. That should be for us first. You know, we should be taking care of our own.
Okay. We got one more here, and most people already know this and everything, but I think some of the details about this is very, very cool. And again, I love when scientists prove the Bible is true. I just love it. But it's still a good video.
Apparently, the ark landed close to Mount Ararat, got stuck in the mud. In 1978, there was an earthquake, and either it lifted up or the ground dropped down. I don't know. The result's the same. It is now sticking up out of the ground about 18, 20 feet. But radar scans show that there are deck timbers, some kind of huge timbers in there. It used laminated wood, 3 layers of wood glued together with a tar-like substance, pitch made from tree sap. And apparently it's like basic plywood, okay? Huge, thick layers of wood. They find iron rivets in there. The ark was bolted together. They knew about iron back then, not a problem. You can see some of the rivets at the Wyatt Museum south of Nashville, Tennessee. In that region near the village of Kazan, they found 12 giant rocks. These rocks appear at Kazan, 9,000-pound rock, and they have holes in the top. Apparently this rock was to be held over the side of the boat to be what's called an anchor stone or a drogue stone. And the hole in the top of the rock is curved. It's a common practice in stormy areas like that to put rocks around the side of the boat to keep the boat stabilized, give it some weight. If it gets windy, you drop them down into the water, and you now have a sea anchor all the way around the boat.
Yeah. And there's other parts to that and everything. It's real interesting. But yeah, I love when scientists prove. Because they're always trying to prove that, you know, there's no God and the Bible is fake and everything. And then they like, whoops, we just proved them right.
Larry Schultz says, good morning, Larry. He says that's Kent Hovind. Hovind. I had to put my glasses on, sorry. Kent Hovind. I had to put my eyeballs on.
Well, guys, I think it's that time. It's that hour mark. Hope everybody has a good rest of your day. And thanks everybody for hanging out for an hour, and hope you got your new news fix in. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. I think Grow Big TV is on tonight. As far as that, I don't know if, you know, who else would be on. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Grow Big is on tonight, and then I'll be here tomorrow and possibly tomorrow night for the normal Friday night one.
Yes.
But we will catch you on the next one. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Happy Friday Eve. Y'all stay